Okay, it's quite late. It's about 8 p.m. on a Saturday night. So we've just come down to do a little bit of strimming at the allotment because we're going to be away for a week in Reading. So you can see Matt's put a lot of wood chip down as a kind of a mulch, which is it sort of helps keep the place in good shape, I think. And just pan around this side. We've got potatoes coming up, a few nasturtiums. We've got a few of last year's potatoes coming up, which we must have missed, and
I'll cut them out.
they're gonna get pulled up. And we're going to use this bed, I think, for cabbages and lettuce or something like that.
As well.
Cabbage, yeah. So just to give you a bit of sense of how it's looking at the minute, Matt's he's sort of cultivating some areas that are a bit more wild. So I think he's got what's in this one, Matt? Is it flowers or is it grasses?
Yeah, that's it's like a wild flower meadow. So there's grasses, there's wildflowers, and the taller things, the fast growing things, are cornflower.
Okay.
So they're like a nurse cover of cornflowers.
Right. So I hope you can hear Matt there. That's a mix. I think it's a wild meadow, so it's a mix of flowers and grasses. The ones that have shot up quickly are the cornflowers, apparently. Got some, but then he's got areas he just doesn't want to cut back that look a bit weedy, but he's going to keep them like that. So we've kind of trimmed around to sort of make things look like they're intentional and not just weeds. Not sure what that is. What's that, Matt?
There are nettles here.
Oh,
and this is the
nettle
old
patch.
elder. So really,
Oh,
that's,
okay.
Longer term that will kind of go. But for the time being, there are things like, those, I forgot what they're called now. Frog hoppers or something that are sort of at the bottom. And I'm just going to leave that for the time being.
Just let you know.
This has obviously got the nurse cover of cornflower annuals, but they'll go after this year. We'll cut them down before they flower. We've got to let them flower, cut them down before they go to seed.
The pond, apparently it's fine to leave the duckweed on it, so we're going to do that this year because last year we kind of pulled the duckweed off every 5 minutes. And this is along here. This should all be wildflowers as well that I planted last year. I'm hoping some of them are coming back already, but we'll see how it goes. You can see it looks a little bit messy, but it's good to have some.
The grasses and things longer near the edge, because apparently that's good if they can grow into the water.
Yeah. I'm trying to sort of promote the health of the pond, really. A few alliums along there and a few weeds as well. Walking stick broccoli, some leeks that are ancient but still edible. In fact, we'll be having some later. Another little. This is our couch grass area that Matt's cultivating.
We'll plant autumn bulbs there, so they'll come through hopefully.
Yeah, sure.
Next year.
So that's.
There are the Jerusalem artichokes popping up again now. They're
the Jerusalem artichokes are coming back. Everyone's favourite.
So everything's mulched there, so
they don't give you blinding stomach pain.
So that walking stick
broccoli, cabbage.
Kale should be really good.
Yeah.
It's all mulched and it looks nice and healthy now. It's obvious this one's got a flower, but actually it tastes really good.
Yummy.
So if I eat the flowers,
Oh, yum. Okay.
Got a lot of flavour.
Oh, good. All right, I haven't tried that myself. So there's the Jerusalem artichokes coming up. Fruit trees, the apple trees up here, are looking pretty good. I think they're looking healthy. They're small, and they're still young, but I think they're looking good. Yeah. Matt's done a lot. He's cleared this area. I wonder if you can see up the side of the shed, and also kind of where this green tarpaulin is. It was all quite messy then. It was unclear whose boundary it was, so Matt has made a very clear boundary between us and the next plot. Peter has left this plot, and it's been okay until quite recently. Now it's started to look really overgrown, and people just aren't interested in it, which is a shame because if you listen to the birds. I hope you can hear them. It's just such a lovely spot. And actually, this plot wouldn't take a lot of pulling back into shape. But anyway,
Got a lot of raised beds, and actually it's got a grassed area, but if areas that were mown, it would look much more organised and controlled.
so yeah, so Matt's made quite a defined boundary anyway, so it's easier at the minute because that plot's
And I
empty to
think
do
we'll put
jobs like
sweet
that.
peas in there, Alison, and maybe
Okay.
I might plant a couple of peonies.
Peonies.
But there's a bit of an ant's nest under there, so I need to
Oh, okay.
discourage them.
So we've got just the brick pile, which is, you know, decorative brick pile. The other fruit trees, you know, the plums and the pears, and then the dead cherry at the end. That's we've left it in so far, but it's
Probably can't see, but
it's
this
a goner.
This is spinach along here.
Oh, there's a little row of, you can see it, I think, Matt, yes. Little row of spinach next to the raspberries. Matt's cleared this area a lot. It's much more tidy than perhaps when you saw it last. So we've got the compost area
This is all
on the
got
other side
sort
of that.
manure underneath the grass, so hopefully that'll
Okay, so manure down there, compost there, a few bins.
yeah.
Looking fairly, I mean, he's done an amazing job. He's been here much more than me this year. Well, you know, I haven't been at all, and Matt's done everything.
Alison, just look at that's the one with the yellow blossom on it.
Oh yeah, there's some yellow,
Don't quite know
look at
what
that
it
lovely
is.
yellow blossom on that tree. And that's, you know, behind, I don't know if you would have seen the wall Matt built, but he's going to raise the, I'll move back, he's going to raise the soil level behind this wall, so this area all kind of levels out, because it goes down quite a bit there. So I'm going to raise that up, and that will be quite a nice little patch actually.
Some of this needs cutting back a little bit because there's things we want to keep. I mean, the goose grass has grown up really high into the, or the gooseweed, or whatever you call it, it's grown up really high into the hawthorn there. But,
Yeah.
You know, I need to open that up again with just a little bit of cutting back.
Yeah. So,
You know.
I mean, I think that covers most of it.
Have you seen the peas and the broad beans?
Oh yeah, I'll show you the peas down here. Try to walk
Not a huge
steadily.
amount of cropping, really. The roses have sprung back, Alison. I don't know if you've seen the roses that were pruned harder, kind of. Can you see those?
Yeah, somehow it was more hedgy now. It isn't as hedgy.
No, well, I kind of cut it out and opened it up. But
You can't
these
really
things-
see on the camera.
No, this, Alison, is all
Peas, beans,
broad beans behind. Yeah. This is
comfrey, and nothing's in there yet, I don't think. That little bit. So the roses,
all-
Matt.
So this is all new growth. Do you see? This is
Oh,
all
okay, but
new-
it's not been trained into a head shape.
No, I've kind of, because what I'm going to do with is, as I've done with this one, do you see this one? These are all going to grow up and make roses from there. So I need to put all these down in a kind of a wagon wheel shape. So this one here will run along there. I'll bend
Right.
that one down. But then this is not a wild rose. But again, this is all new growth. It was cut bare, really.
Okay.
And I'll do the same with that one there.
Okay, so I'll just give you one last browse. I think I might run out of battery soon, so I'll give you one last look around there. Okay, there we are. Okay, see you tomorrow. Bye bye.